Great people, welcome to NameTech channel. My name is Nehemiah, and this is lesson 3 on Pandas, and we are going to discuss Pandas data frames. But then before we begin, if it's your first time to get into this channel, please consider subscribing, like and share this video to your friends. And to the returning subscribers, you can as well like the video, but I really appreciate you very much for your continuous support. Now guys, the first question, what is a data frame? So guys, basically a Pandas data frame is a two-dimensional data structure, just like a two-dimensional array or a table with the rows and columns. Like let me show you an example guys, how to create a simple Pandas data frame. Now the first thing that you want to do is to import the Pandas module, but as a PD alias. Basically you can use another alias name, but then PD is a default one. And then here I'm gonna create now that data frame with the two series here. Basically I'm gonna use a dictionary here. And now the first key, I'm gonna give it calories, the amount of energy for a person. And then here let me give it the values. Let me give it this list. Perhaps let me give it a 500. And then the other one is perhaps I can give it 400. And then the other person has perhaps 300. And then a comma. Let me add a comma. Then the duration, when that energy lasts, let me say duration. Now in this duration, the values I'm gonna give it this list. Perhaps let me give it 15, 40, and then 30, and so forth. And then here let me now create now this data frame here. Let me say now PD basically data frame. Let me just use this variable. Let me use df. Basically you can just use any other variable name, but then let me use this one. Then let me assign it to PD dot data frame, and then I'm gonna pass this data here, and then let me say data, and then here to the print function, let me say print print. Now this is a new object here, which is df. Then let me run the codes. And then guys, basically this is how you can do it. This is how you can create a simple Pandas data frame. Now guys, let's now discuss how to locate the rows. So guys, basically as you can see from these results, the data frame is just like a table with rows and the columns. Now guys, basically Pandas uses the lock attribute to return one or more specific rows. Like let me show you guys an example here. I'm gonna use the lock attribute here. Then let me say perhaps lock first of all, and then guys, I want us to return perhaps a certain row. Perhaps let me say 0, perhaps 0. Let me give it 0 so that it may return some specific rows. And then guys, basically you can see that it just does what it returns. Basically these are specific rows here. And so guys, basically if you want to return basically row 0 and 1, then here we are going to add here another pair of square brackets here. Then perhaps let's say 0, 0 and 1. Then let's run the codes. And then basically guys, you can see that this is how you can do it. This is how you can return those two rows and columns. And so guys, let's now discuss the named indices. So guys, basically with the index argument, you can name your own indices. Like let me guys show you an example how to add a list of names to give each row a name instead of using these default values like 0, 1 and whatever. So what I'm gonna do guys, here I'm gonna add here another argument called index. Then I'm gonna give it these values. Basically I'm using a string So a string here, I'm gonna use these you know, quotation marks. Then perhaps let me say something like a day 1 comma, then day 2 comma, and then day 3 and then here I'm gonna remove this whatever, these tabs here, these attributes, and then let me run the codes. Let me run the codes. Then guys, you can see that you have now your own named indices. So guys, basically this is how you can do it. This is how you can add a list of names to give each row a name instead of using those default values. So guys, let's now discuss how to locate named indices. So guys, basically we can use the named indices in the loc attribute to return the specific you know, rows. So what I do here, guys, here this a print. I'm gonna add here another attribute called loc, and then for example, if I want to return day 2, I'll just say what? Just say day 2. Then let me run, and then guys, basically you can see that it returns what? This you know, this and these values there. So guys, before we sign off, let me show you how to load files into a data frame. So if your data sets are stored in a file on your computer, then a Pandas can load them into a data frame. And so basically, let me show you an example how to load a comma separated file, that is CSV file, into a data frame. So guys, first of all, I created this pandas basically -hyphen test CSV file. First of all, let me open it on Excel. Then guys, you can see I have these values here. Now I want to show you how to load them into the Pandas. So guys, first of all, copy the path here, select it. Then I can see there's an option here to copy the path. Just copy the path, and then what I do on these Pandas, here, and there's a new cell. First of all, we are going to import Pandas. We are going to import Pandas SPD, and then here let me create a variable called df, then underscore pd, the alias for Pandas, and then read underscore CSV, and then guys, I'm gonna paste the the URL there, and then here you are going to add some more /. This is /, right? And then add several to ensure that all of the / are in pairs for it to work. Add there a pair /, also here a pair of /, and then here a pair of /, and then to print it out, we are going to say print df, now this variable here. And then guys, let's run these codes and see our codes at the terminal. And then guys, basically can see that it returns what? It returns this kind of values here, just the same as it appears in this Excel sheet. So guys, basically this is what I wanted to show you on data frames, and I think you've gained something. Please consider subscribing, like and share this video to your friends. Until next time, this is Nehemiah. Goodbye.